I'm Carla.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Sierra.
I'm Chriselle.
I'm Liz.
I'm Leah.
And we're the Daydreamers. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Hello, it's me.
Adele was born in Tottenham, London, England on May 5, 1988. Her mother had her at 18 years old and her dad left when she was only 4. She realized she wanted to be a singer at age 14, so she attended the Brit School of Performing Arts and Technology, which fellow Brits Amy Winehouse and Leona Lewis attended as well. Growing up, she loved songs by Mary J. Blige, Lauryn Hill, and The Destiny's Child, although her true inspirations were Etta James and Ella Fitzgerald. For a school project, Adele cut a 3-track demo and posted it to her MySpace page. Executives at XL Recordings got a hold of it and contacted her. In November 2006, just 4 months after she graduated, she got signed to a record deal by XL Recordings. In more recent news, Adele suffered a vocal cord hemorrhage in 2011. As of now, she has a boyfriend who is also the father of her son Angelo, who is Adele's first child.
For Adele's discography, her debut album 19 was released in 2008 to commercial and critical success. It is a certified 7-time platinum in the UK and double platinum in the US. She made an appearance on Saturday Night Live in late 2008, which boosted her career in the US. At the 51st Annual Grammy Awards in 2009, Adele received the awards for Best New Artist and Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. Adele released her second studio album, 21, in early 2011. The album was well received critically and surpassed the success of her debut, earning the singer numerous awards in 2012. Within the first 2 weeks, Adele's latest 25 album made 4 million copies, which then appeared Hello went on to become the fastest video to hit 1 billion views on YouTube, which it achieved after 88 days. 2 weeks after the album 25 was released, 4 million albums were already sold. As seen on the graph, her first album 19 sold 10 million copies. Her second album, 21, sold 30 million copies, and her current album and latest, as of February 2016, has sold over 20 million copies. When 25 was released in November, it went straight to #1 on iTunes in 110 countries. Moreover, it was the fastest selling album of all time in the UK, with 307,000 copies sold in its first week.
Based on concerts, album sales, appearances, acting, and interviews, Adele has a net worth of $75 million. As of now, she has received 180 nominations and won 95 awards. In 2012, Adele made $32 million. During Adele's hiatus from music and entertaining, she made $18.5 million in 2014 alone. In 2015, Adele made a triumphant return to her music career. Her album 25 sold 2,433,000 in a mere 3 days. After the first 6 weeks, she made $115 million in the United States and the United Kingdom. For her 25 album, she decided not to use streaming services like Spotify to distribute her album. Usually the artist's average per stream payout is $0.007, but by not streaming her album, she ended up gaining more money. Adele's now sold out 2016 tour originally ranged from $39.95 to $149.50 per ticket.
For Adele's fan base, shortly after her third album, 25, was released, a recent Nielsen survey taken in December of 2015 found that a big percentage of the early adopters are buying the physical product or a copy of the album, and most likely are from a high-income household, which is not the usual demographic for pop music.
Adele's culture is shaped by her values, norms, and beliefs. Her highest values and norms are that she's true to herself. She's really down to earth and shows her real personality. Adele is independent in her personal style and in her music style. Singing is what she loves to do, which means that she made her passion to her job. Therefore, she embodies a culture that the majority of people prefers to like and live. It is honest, positive, and shares happiness through her music and her performance. Moreover, the two biggest parts of her culture are her open-minded personality and her voice in general. She has a strong body language and dominates through her strong voice as well. She makes everyone feel comfortable around her and shows that she is a person like everyone else. An example for that is that she has a huge fear to sing in front of a lot of people. Adele admits that she still gets nervous before a performance, even though she's professional and has been doing this for years.
Adele's staff works in a resident environment. Her entire team is always energetic and excited to work, creating a positive work environment. Adele's followers can also be known as participants. They like to buy her albums and attend her concerts, while her daydreamers are more of her die-hard fans, who will go the extra mile for her. Adele is motivated by the famous African-American blues singers Ella Fitzgerald and Etta James. She is also inspired by past lovers and relationships. In a recent interview with Daily Mail UK and Rolling Stone, she stated that she was motivated to return to music and write her 25 album because of her son.
XL Recordings is an independent record label based in the United Kingdom. They produce and distribute all of Adele's albums in the UK. Columbia Records is based here in the US, and they distribute Adele's music in the US and has helped produce her latest 2 albums. Her manager is Jonathan Dickens, who has been with her since day one, since she signed her deal with XL. Others on her team are her co-writers and collaborators, Paul Epworth, Ryan Teeter, and Max Martin. She also has both of the CEOs on her record labels. There is the CEO of Columbia Records, Rob Stringer, and CEO of XL Recordings, Richard Russell. And lastly, we have super producer and former co-chairman of Columbia Records, Rick Rubin, who worked with her and co-produced her latest albums 21 and 25. Her team exhibits transformational leadership. Firstly, they exhibit individualized consideration. Since XL Recordings is fairly small record label, they have time to work with each of their artists individually to really find out their needs, wants, and interests on each of their projects. They also exhibit intellectual stimulation, which can be heard through Adele's work. Her team allows her to be creative, and through that, she's able to connect with her fans' emotions on a deeper level, and her fans love her for that. XL Recordings, as well as Adele's management team, both have a flat organizational structure. Her team is small, and XL Recordings is a pretty small company, so there's no middleman between Adele and her executives. Lastly, her management team exhibits expert, legitimate, and reverent power. She has major trust in her crew and looks mainly to her managers as well as her producer Rick Rubin for advice when writing and recording a song. If they don't like it, she trusts their judgment and she'll go back to the drawing board.
For Adele's marketing strategy, she appeals to her target audience through the right channels. When Adele was ready to release her new album, 25, the first clue that fans got of Adele's new work was a 30-second clip on the UK's X Factor that featured the opening lines of the song and nothing else. It was enough to put the rumor mills of social media into overdrive and make Adele the center of global media attention once again. Adele is clearly a master of walking consumers along a buyer's journey. Her website is an online community for fans as well because she does not have many of the popular social media accounts that other celebs do to interact with her fans. She has created an online community for fans where they can keep up with her day to day and have early access to new music, concerts, and so on. She is a fantastic storyteller and her brand messaging is consistent. She knows where to distribute, and she's not interested in mainstreaming music services because artists make little to no money on these services, and this drives demand for her album up.
Besides singing and performing on stage, Adele connects her work to social service. Since the beginning of her career, Adele performed at numerous of charity concerts. She gives concerts for free and just requires people to donate money to certain organizations. With these, she collects money to support organizations like Keep a Child Alive or the UK charity SANS that supports everyone affected by a death of a baby and promotes research to reduce the loss of a baby's life. Also, Adele has been a major contributor to Music Cares, which is a charity founded by the Grammys for musicians in need. Moreover, she speaks in a lot of talk shows and shares stories of her life in order to affect her people by her open-minded and happy personality.
Adele's greatest strength is her international presence because it gives her the ability to sell her music worldwide. In addition, this gives her supporters and customers all around the world. This also allows her to have a world tour for her 25 album. Adele's main weakness is her lack of experience with a world tour. This may be difficult for her because she has anxiety from performing in large arenas. She never had the opportunity to build confidence to perform in front of a large group. Adele, along with most famous music artists, has the opportunity to work in other industries. Although she has not expressed much interest in working in other industries, she could potentially work on making her perfume or clothing line. She could even decide to produce music or write songs for other people. She may even decide to work on Broadway. The biggest threat to Adele's career is the possibility that she could have another long break. She had her break from 2011 to 2015 for multiple different reasons. The two main reasons why Adele took the break are her vocal hemorrhage, which required surgery, and her baby. If she were to have another baby or break up with her boyfriend, she may want to take another break. Adele stated that she does not want to make another album about a breakup. As I talked about in the SWOT analysis, one of the main risks is another break in her music. I previously mentioned why her first break happened and that it could potentially happen again. She could potentially lose fans if she has a long break again, though she bounced back quickly from the first long break. Another risk Adele faces is vocal hemorrhage. Vocal hemorrhage occurs when blood attaches to the vocal cords after a break in a blood vessel. The main treatment for this is usually rest. However, Adele decided to undergo surgery with Dr. Zeitels to treat the vocal hemorrhage. Dr. Zeitels has performed this surgery on singers like Steven Tyler, Cher, and Roger Daltrey of The Who. All these performers could perform at full potential after their surgeries, and Dr. Zeitels believes Adele will too. She proved that she did with her album 25, so the vocal hemorrhage is no longer a huge risk with Adele. The chances of it coming back are very slim. A third risk for Adele is her family. She may decide to quit the music industry and spend the rest of her life with her son, Angelo, and boyfriend, Simon. However, Adele explained that her son had inspired her to make new music. She believes that he is old enough now to go on tour with her. Because her son is the inspiration for her music, she probably won't stop her music career for her family. If she were to break up with her boyfriend or have another child, she may take a long break again. She is not planning for a baby or a breakup anytime soon, so her family will probably not hold her back from her music career. Another risk Adele faces is performance anxiety. She gets anxious when performing in front of a large crowd. Since her first world tour will be with her 25 album, she may have some difficulties adjusting to a large arena. Additionally, Adele has anxiety with putting out new music because she wants to top all of her previous albums. All this anxiety could cause her to quit. However, with her son as her motivation, she will be able to compose herself in these situations. The anxiety will not go away, but she will be able to put her emotions aside in order to perform. The final risk Adele faces is her decision to not use any streaming services besides Pandora. This will decrease her exposure to potential new fans. However, more people will buy her albums. This will benefit her in the long run because of the increased revenue.
Adele is frequently compared to the famous singer Whitney Houston. She is considered the closest successor we have to Whitney Houston, who would definitely sell a crowd-pleasing ballad while keeping things from getting too cheesy. Adele seems to have a similar universal appeal. Whitney is the only artist to reach #1 on Billboard Hot 100 hits 7 consecutive times. She is also the first female artist to enter Billboard 200 charts at #1, and she's the only artist to have 7 consecutive multi-platinum albums, and Adele considers this comparison to be a high honor. Factors for Adele's longevity include that she's inoffensive. Adele can rise to massive levels of popularity because she doesn't do anything to alienate conservative fans. She doesn't dress provocatively or make any kind of social proclamations with her music. She's also considered a good singer because of her vocal range. A singer's vocal range is how many notes on a piano they can hit unassisted on a consistent basis. For her album 25, Adele has improved her vocal range by 2 notes because she quit smoking and trained her chords. Another key factor is that music transcends generations. Adele transcends boundaries for so many people of so many generations, because while she is someone that millennials come to love in their own prime for accepting new music, every generation has been taught to love this kind of music. These big sweeping runs, these trembling belts, and the great thing about having an older audience is that they have overwhelming need to buy albums. Whatever the reason though, it's undeniable that Adele is one of the most popular artists in the world.